lining up for the magic number, India's 12-digit identity, UID. Entire families, young and old, everyone is eligible for one. After waiting for half an hour, it's Kamla's turn. A daily wage labourer, she's put through the sophisticated process. Her fingerprints recorded, her iris scanned for biometric identification. Now her information is in a centralized database. They're targeting the poorest. Most lack identity papers and access to the most basic services.
I'm hoping this card will improve my life. We'll get better rations, jobs and education for my children.
But mapping 1/5 of humanity is an incredible challenge. Since its launch in 2010, close to 200 million UIDs have been generated. The goal is to cover half of India's 1.2 billion people by 2014.
Now, after 2.5 years, we can be confident that we have built a system to scale. And now it's just a question of widening the reach and taking it to every nook and corner. It's still a humongous, huge task.
To get a sense of how the UID can work on the ground, we've come here to Jharkhand, 1,200 kilometers east of Delhi and one of India's poorest states. Every year, the federal government spends millions of dollars in welfare programs aimed at rural communities such as this one. But not all of the money gets here, held up by red tape, siphoned by middlemen, or simply lost due to corruption. It's payday for these villagers under a flagship government rural employment scheme. Only this time, their wages are being handed out against their UID numbers after verifying their thumbprints. They can also access banks and transfer money, but the UID has its critics.
What technology does depends upon who controls it, which is why we have a huge problem. You know, you're saying that the whole system is corrupt, so let's centralize data and hand it over to those same people. What sense does it make?
For now, the government has agreed to build in safeguards. This is still seen as a radical program, which, if managed properly, can change the face of India. Sanjay Majumdar, BBC News, Delhi.